So it's been a pretty crappy couple weeks, alright? Bike broke, so I had to buy a new one. And then it was cold out, so I couldn't even use my new bike. And then I got sick. So I haven't been biking much and I haven't been exercising much, which kind of eliminates a lot of the things I put on this channel. So I figured it's time for me to start this thing that I've been wanting to start for a while now. Reviewing beer. So for the past few months or so, I've been looking into how to properly evaluate beer. What should I be looking for? How it's actually done? All that good stuff. So I think I have a basic grasp of it now, at least. So now I'm going to illustrate how it's done and how I'm going to do it and what my whole scale is going to be for this whole thing. So the first thing we need, of course, is the beer. Beer me.
Okay.
So this is from somewhere. What beer is this?
I don't know.
How am I going to review a beer that I don't know? Or whatever. I'm just showing you how it's done anyway, so I guess it's not terribly important. So the first thing you want to do is you just want to see how it looks in the glass. This one is a pretty golden color. I'd say this one is like hazy, kind of polluted looking. There's a lot of things flowing around in that one. Then what you want to do is give it a good whiff. Give it a good whiff. Get a little sniffy sniff. Like that. It's not like a middle school science class where they tell you to waft it over. Put your nose in that bugger and just go for it. Oh, that's an IPA. Very hoppy smell. So pretty much the hops are the only thing I smell in it. Slightly yeasty, I guess. A more proper way of doing it is to first smell just with your nose. Then you smell it with your mouth open. And then you'd only breathe it in through your mouth. It's called olfactory, and it has nothing to do with that old factory just down the road. Then the part that everybody is really concerned about is the taste. And this part's pretty simple. You put it up to your mouth like this, and then you drink. And what you're supposed to do is just kind of let it sit in your mouth for a second, kind of whoosh it around, really get the taste of it, and then swallow. It's like a hippie aura kind of tasty thing. Like, that is really bitter. That is most definitely an IPA of some sort. Then you describe how it tastes and what it goes on the mouth. An IPA, so it's hoppy. Admittedly, I'm not too fond of IPAs. Whenever I try it, usually they all taste just hops. So it's not really fair for me to judge it because I have a bias against it. But I'm going to anyway. So when it goes to the taste, there's also this thing called mouthfeel, which it's how it kind of sits on the mouth. It's texture, I guess. And that's where the words like crisp and full-bodied and stuff like that comes into. So since this is, God, that's hard to say. So since this is an IPA, it's of course medium-bodied. Holy crap, hoppy beyond belief. To its benefit, it is pretty crisp, and it is rather soothing. As far as taste, it's an IPA. Very hoppy. Kind of tastes like marijuana. What is this? Hold on, I'm about to be right back. I just have this big box of beer from Shorts Brewing Company, so I just pulled one out and poured it. I didn't even really bother looking at it. This is a Dr. Zeus from Shorts Brewing Company. Look at that dude. I assume that's Zeus himself force-feeding this very willing victim his beer. It's the very same beer label that's on this beer label. It's beer label inception. And the final category is just overall, how it all just comes together in the final product. And that's how you do a proper review of beer. So as for me on this channel, what I'm going to be doing is, well, first of all, I'm going to know what I'm actually drinking. I'm going to have a much greater focus on the taste of it. At the end of the day, I'm still just your run-of-the-mill craft beer guy. I'm probably going to make a quick little mention of the look and smell of it, mostly because you can see it yourself right here. And since smell and taste are closely related, the taste is generally also what you smell. Unless there's something super noteworthy, I'm probably just going to give it a quick mention. Been looking at a couple other beer reviewers on YouTube, and oftentimes it seems like they read the description first and then drink it. What I think I want to do is to drink it first and then read the description to see if I can taste all the stuff that they say themselves. That way, instead of reading and saying, oh, this is what I'm looking for, I can say, this is what I taste. Is this what's supposed to be like? It's a little more objective that way, I think. And then there's the scale. I'm just going to do a 1 to 5 scale. None of this 0.5 scale business. If I'm going to rate it as a 3.5 out of 5, I might as well just make it a 7 out of 10. It's the same exact thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. That's all you get. And a 5 rating isn't a perfect beer. The fact that you would even have perfect on a scale makes no sense to me. We're human, nothing we do is going to be perfect. A 5 is going to be in the range of, these are my favorites. Most beers are probably going to fall within the 3 range. I drink it, I like it. I don't hate it, and I'll drink it. A 4 is like ooh, this is good. I think I'll get this again sometime. It's really, 2 would be more of a, I'll pass. 1 is like a, Coors Light. I'll even add 0 in there if I simply cannot finish drinking it because it's that bad. As far as this one goes, adjusting for my IPA balance, it's probably a 3. Well, actually, as far as IPAs go, this is actually pretty decent. Alright, it's a 3.5.